Hello, my name is David. This is part 3 of my question and answer video where I'm answering your guys' questions from last week. The last question and answer video that I do every single Monday. If you guys have a question you'd like to ask me, go down below and ask me anything you want and I'll answer them next week, next Monday, in the next Q&A video, okay? So this is part 3. I try to get them done in 2 parts. I couldn't. It far exceeded the time, which is great. You guys have more questions, I can have more answers, I hope. So anyways, this shouldn't be very long. Let's get through this. I think there's only 3 questions left, but I didn't want to rush. I want to give them the time they deserve. So the first question in part 3 is from Edur. Hope I'm saying that right. And all I ask you guys is please give us your locations. If you ask a question, tell us where you are, please. I really like to know. I think it's really beneficial, helpful thing. We need to feel connected. We need validation. We need to know that we weren't singled out and we aren't bad, horrible people, that there's other people being treated like this too, okay? We need to know that, and we need understanding. So we need to know that it's not because, you know, our president is Trump. That's not why. No, if that was why, then it wouldn't be in every single country. And it is. It's everywhere, okay? So please tell us where you're from. Thank you. Edur. David, why and how some people become empaths and others become narcissists, especially when both the narcissist and the empath have narcissist parents and both have been abused, traumatic childhood. Empaths are born this way? Please give me your wisdom and thank you for everything. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I've talked about this before, a lot, actually. And all I can do is give you my opinion. There's not something I don't think, and that is fact, something where we can go and look this stuff up. So why are some people more sensitive to empathy and how others feel, and then some are not? It's their experience. And you said that we both come from traumatic childhood, abused, sure, but different experiences, okay? And it wouldn't matter if you had the same exact experience. Those 2 people are not going to be exactly the same. They're not going to react the same way, okay? And, you know, this is about trying to just give ourselves what we need. So the empathic person is taught by the parent to be focused on how the parent feels, what the parent needs, what the parent wants you to do and act and behave like, and sacrifice yourself and not give you what you need. Whereas a narcissist is different. They're treated differently, okay? There can be abuse, there can be trauma, neglect, abandonment, all kinds of things, but it's very inappropriate parenting from a parent that forms the narcissist. And they call it inappropriate, and the best way to explain it is being mistreated, even if you do good things, not being treated well, even if, you know, or being treated well, even if you're bad, being rewarded for bad behavior, stuff like this. The empath was taught to be in tune with others' feelings to get what they want, and the narcissist is in full survivor mode and only cares about how they feel and not anybody else. And they learn to manipulate. They learn to manipulate their parents, okay? They didn't have an emotional connection with them, and they manipulated to get what they wanted. You know, the parents at some point treated them like, you don't have to do anything to get what you want. You're entitled. You know, the parent didn't help them grow up, really, so emotionally immature that they're stuck in these childhood, you know, thoughts and feelings. You know, when we were children, we were extremely entitled. Do you remember being so grateful and thankful for every meal and clothing you had and stuff from your parents? No, you had to be taught that. So you were entitled. They still are. They weren't taught not to be. They were taught to be grateful and thankful. They weren't taught to be in tune with other people's feelings. The parents didn't say to them, I feel this way. How do you feel about it? But an empath was. the parent was constantly telling the empath how they feel, but never about how they feel. I know it gets confusing, and maybe I'm confused and I'm starting to confuse you. But it's very different experiences, okay? And even if you have the same experience, it's very different reactions. The narcissist's self-worth and esteem has been shot, and it's down to zero. It's worse than someone who does not have a personality disorder, okay? It's about extreme impulsivity. So if you look at the impulsivity scale, spectrum, we're all on it, okay? And as we come higher and higher in impulsivity, meaning we're less and less in control of our behaviors, we are more inclined to have a personality disorder. At the very top, it's insanity, psychosis. Not in control at all, walking around talking to yourself and peeing your pants, right? Well, just below that, they don't look or act crazy, right? But you swear your ex is crazy, right? They're not. They're just below that, disordered. So that's their reaction, okay? It's too hard to look at surface things and examine their childhood. It's too hard to listen to them, okay? And so often you guys, you know, you look at two brothers or two sisters or two siblings that experience the same environment, the same parents, stuff like that, and they turned out differently, totally differently. Well, the parents treated them different, trust me, for one. And two, they have two different brains. They react differently, period. It's just, there's family dynamic, you know, all of this. In personality disorders, there's three components, right? So it's what were you born with, how were you brought up, and what were you exposed to in culture. So, but most of it is I think how you're brought up, and it's your experience, it's their experience, and it's just different. For one, it is different. You cannot say it's the same, and it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if it's the same. It's to two different people. Okay. I hope that helps. I know it can be confusing. Maybe think of it as extremity, you know, and there's so much involved. So when you have your environment or culture involved as well, then we do different things. We react differently. We make different choices, and you know, hurt people, or hurt people hurt themselves. You know? But an empath is taught to be highly in tune with everybody else's feelings, to give them what they want, to get what you want. It's almost manipulative in itself, right? Like codependency is about being in control of other people because your life is out of control. So we help and fix and give tons of advice to someone else and not really focus on our lives as much. Yeah, I've got things to fix, but here's what we should do for you. It makes them feel more in control. I hope that helps. Hi, Shay from California. Hi, Shay. Do you find it common for NPDs to be nomads? Both my NPD mother and ex were constantly traveling to other countries for months at a time. Neither of them had any sort of stable jobs or careers, which makes sense. But I can't find too much info about nomadic lifestyles among NPDs. I made a video titled, this kind of a for fun video called The Couch Surfer Narcissist. If you're interested, you go find it. This is about emotional instability. So just earlier I was talking about impulsivity. So if you look at impulsivity as a spectrum, we're all on it. We all have impulsive thoughts. Some have impulsive feelings. Some of us have impulsive actions, okay? Emotional instability creates massive impulsivity. If we're not sure who we are, how we feel, stuff like this, we make irrational, impulsive choices and decisions and actions. And you can see this with impulsive people. You'll see this in their jobs. They might lose jobs, change jobs a lot. They might move a lot. Change. I think it's going to be better over here. No, and they don't even contemplate and weigh it out. And no, it's I think this, I feel this, I say it, I do it. Boom. Okay? I've said before, you know, I have impulsive thoughts like everyone. Sometimes I'm buried in my work and can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. At the end of the day, I think it's never going to end, and people are stressing me out. And I'm like, oh, this is it. I'm moving to Mexico. You know, these little fleeting. Yeah. But highly impulsive people will begin to feel that. I want to move to Mexico. I might even tell everybody around me right away, that's it. I'm moving to Mexico. And then Maybe tomorrow I'll just do it. Okay? It's all impulsivity. And as we feel stable, so does our actions and behaviors become stable, and we hold down jobs. But where it really comes into play the most is relationships. Okay? That's why they break up with you and get back together with you and go date somebody else and do all these things, because they just don't know what to do. They're not in control of their behaviors. They're not in control of their actions. And they're probably not in control of their thoughts or feelings. Okay? Emotions. Hope that makes sense. If you're not happy, just keep moving, right? Hey, David, hope you're well. Thank you. My name, and I am. Thank you. My name is Noor. Noor. I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize if I am not. I'm from Cairo, Egypt. Please help me. I have been neglected and abused as a child. I got into a relationship with a malignant narc. She wrecked me. But I've been suffering from emotional masochism since I went no contact 6 months ago. I see her face everywhere I go. I overthink her all the time. What can I do? Learn, understand, accept, have compassion for them, have compassion for yourself, give yourself time, do everything healthy in your life, get away from sources of stress, and completely understand and learn about all of your experiences, okay? You need support. You need help. Don't isolate. Talk to people. Touch people. Hug people. Kiss people. Tell them you love them. Give them presents. Get a dog. Watch my videos about healing CPTSD. Please. Please. I tell you everything you can do. All kinds of stuff you can do. But we've got to understand and learn that just because somebody hurt us, we aren't bad. That's the theme. That's the theme. That's it, man. It's just, we just want to be good people, all of us. And we do bad things out of fear, scared, hurt. We treat people badly because of it. Once you start understanding this, that's huge emotional maturity and intelligence. Instead of looking at people as bad or good and thinking people are so bad and they singled you out and how could they do this, and find out how. Find out why. Because there are really good reasons why people do this. Not excuses. Really good reasons, okay? This is a process. This is going to take a while. It's going to take time. Give it time. No rush. You've got to understand, and the best way to do that is other people around you understand, help you, okay? Professionals. Not friends. Not unhealthy friends. Not friends that don't have time. Not friends that don't understand, okay? It's great to vent. That can be such a good thing. To just go off sometimes to a friend about what's happened. But we really need things that are constructive. You need the best feedback you can get. So go get it. Stay away from the source of your stress. Learn why this happened. Help yourself feel better about your past. Okay? Tell yourself you're a great, beautiful person every single day until you believe it. And then keep telling yourself that. And you let everybody else around you know. And anybody doesn't believe that, doesn't think so, or they doubt that, that's fine. Let them go. Let them go. There's just too much to say. There's too much all at once. And like I said, I can't help you guys as much as I would like to in videos and just answering questions. You guys probably need more help. I know not everyone can afford professional help, but there's probably more help than you know available. Support groups. A lot of countries offer help. You can go get insurance. Maybe just go get a job if that's what you need. Even if you don't need to work, go get a job, get insurance. I don't know. But there is help available. I promise you. Read, write, be committed. Give it all you have. And don't just stop in unhealthiness, ruminating, thinking and stuff. Okay? Sorry, there's just so much. It's so much. I can't give single answers. Small answers, I guess, for such big topics. Thank you, Noor, if I'm saying it right. And thank you, everybody else. Oh, no, I got one more question from Angel in the United States. Hello, Angel. Probably a stupid question. No, it's not. Do you think the narc is going to be happy with his new acquisition? I think he's going to be happy because his hormones will go up. And I think that he's probably been in a bad relationship with you. So a good one will feel good. Okay? Because that's how he lives his life. You don't. This is how he lives his life, and that's all he knows. He doesn't care about emotional attractiveness. He doesn't care about who you are. That's why you're easily replaceable. Okay? He's not a happy person. He's not going to be happy. You define happiness to me. Happiness is a very short-lived emotion. It can be. So I'm happy, I'm unhappy. I'm happy, I'm unhappy. This can change very quick, and you've seen it. I'm going to continue. Why I ask? Well, we used to live together at another state, and I made friends there. We rarely message or email, so I received a message from a friend telling me that the narc telling you that the narc, your ex, LOL, is bringing the new guy home. So I'm like, same pattern, same result. I didn't reply to this message. My first thought was, I feel sorry for the new acquisition. Thanks, David. And that's great. That's great. You feel sorry. Not so much the pity part, but it's compassion. You're beginning to understand. See? And once you know that somebody else is being treated badly by this person, and then you see that they're not a bad person, because you probably didn't like them very much, right? you kind of didn't like them. But now you're starting to see, oh, yeah, they're going to get treated badly too. Some empathy, some compassion. That's great. Start having it for you too. Okay? Start having it for you too. So your question is, are they going to be happy? No. No, you guys, it's not about finding the right person. And that's not what it's all about for you too. It's not about just finding Mr. and Mrs. Right. If you've been in a abusive relationship for a few years, and you're like, oh man, I just need to go keep dating, get back on that horse and find the right person. What are you going to do with that right person? What are you going to do? You know how to have a good relationship? Then what were you doing in such a bad one? You've been easily fooled and manipulated. I'd be careful. I'd wait. Anyways, are they going to be happy? No. Narcissists aren't happy. Okay? And fleeting moments of happiness, fine. But guess what? They all have to get in bed and lay down and be by themselves at night. I don't care if someone's laying next to them. They've got to be some of the loneliest people in the world. They have to be. They have to be. I know what loneliness is like. And I've never felt more alone and lonely than I did with another person. And they feel it, okay? They can't give themselves what they need. They go without what they need. They're sick. They're lost. They're confused. They're scared. They're hurt. They're anxious. They just want to feel better. They react to their own emotions, reacting to things. Their own body reacting to things, and they react to that. They don't know how to control it. They don't know what to do. They just keep trying and trying and trying and failing and failing and failing. And there's tons of shame and guilt that they carry with them. And it compounds and gets bigger and bigger until it gets so bad they don't know what else to do. Okay? How happy were they with you? How happy were they with you? There was times you were happy, right? You were happy sometimes. You can think about those happy times. Was it a happy relationship? No. Unless you're ignoring the bad times. But it's both. You can't lie. Okay? And I'm not saying relationships should be happy all the time. Right? But I don't want to hear about happiness, the happy parts where someone was abusing you. Okay? We tend to do that because our self-worth is so low, it's not a big deal. Someone abuses us. That's it. That's the end of them. Part 3. Thanks, guys. Please help me if you can. What I'm trying to do is make information available for people who really need it, because I didn't have it when I needed it. All right? And it's a horrific feeling. It's a horrific experience. And people are killing themselves every day because of this. If they can just stumble upon my videos or somebody else's videos, just receive some kind of hope, some kind of message, or even direction on where to go for some help, save their lives, make it better, make society better, okay? Please just support what I do a little bit. Thank you, guys. Love yourself first. I'll see you next Monday, okay, guys? Bye-bye.